Hey there, let's talk about OPSEC or operational security or operation security. Somebody's going to come at me about how I say it. I don't really care. It all means the same thing. All right, so let's talk about it. OPSEC for military families involve protecting critical unclassified information by limiting the sharing of details about military activities, personnel, and location. So that means, like us as parents, when we are sharing that our sons and daughters are in the military, and say they get a deployment, we don't want to share where they are, what they're doing. We don't want to share the bases that they're at or their jobs, their MOSs online, because we don't know who's listening or who's watching, right? So we have to be really careful with what we share, the information that we share, because it could be detrimental to our sons and daughters. It could be detrimental to their platoons or their whole mission that they're on. So we want to keep that kind of information very safe and secure. All right. So here are just a few rules of OPSEC. I'm going to post, these are all posted in my link tree, and they're posted under Operation Security. And I will, so if you go to my link in my bio and scroll down, you find that tab, you'll find all of these. But I'm just going to read a few of these off for you. It says, do not post details about the mission of assigned units. Do not post details on locations and time of deployments. Do not list your service member's specific job on social media. Do not post where your service member is stationed or patrolling. Do not post any personal transactions that occur in large numbers. Example, pay information, power of attorney, wills, deployment information. Keep all of that stuff very private. And it goes on to a bunch of other stuff. There's a thing called PII, personal identification information. You want to keep those kind of things secret. Military IDs, social security numbers, you know, those are pretty obvious, but sometimes people forget and they just let them know. We want to keep this stuff quiet and personal because we want to keep the safety of our, not just our sons and daughters, but everybody that works around them safe. So OPSEC is a really important thing. I want you to go into the link in my bio. I have a few links linked in the OPSEC tab. It's called OPSEC Operation Security. I have 3 links in there for you to read up on it and get to know it. And you know, it's honestly going to be a good thing to learn about, because if your son or daughter, you know, makes this a career, it's really important. And it's really important even if they just have a 4 or 5 year contract. We want to keep everybody safe, and we want to keep ourselves safe too, because there's a lot of people. We could post a very little bit of information, and it's just that little tiny puzzle piece that they need in a big puzzle to figure out something. And it could be really bad. You know, there's been times where I've heard stories where parents have leaked some information by accident, not even realizing, say, oh my gosh, Johnny's going to be home on such and such a date. And, you know, the bad guys or somebody gets to hear of it. And then all of a sudden you find out that their deployment gets, you know, moved back 3-4 months or 6 months. So we want to be super careful with that kind of stuff. All right. So please go to the link in my bio, scroll down to Operation Security tab, and read about Operation Security.